Education is a two-way street. Observe the sciences and stay safe. Remember to wash all your hands. When you see somebody by the counter, don't rush up, right? Old practices. Try to eat what you would call traditional food. This is a pack of bullshit. It's food, right? You can't eat a nutmeg and expect it to taste like KFC. So education is at this juncture, after the industrialized contribution from the oil and gas and went along with all the what you would call the corruption, that we call it what it is, the thievery, or they hand their little thing and they go on with the majority. And all this kind of bullshit we see as the practitioners of the politics in Trinidad and Tobago, whomever we put there. Today I think we should be at least appreciative of the information from the internet, right? That clearly the practices could no longer support the ecology and the planet. So our conversations in who getting a little bit of bullshit to push in their pocket and expand their family and all kind of jackass things. These things are not necessary anymore. Now we're fighting for our very existence. And how to do that, boy? It's to stand up and feed ourselves. You see the traditional foods? What's that traditional food? Something you could go in your backyard, you know? What is a wash your hands? You should always be telling you that, right? But in every vocation that industrialization brings, the first safety factor is you have to have a mask. Your PPI involve mask, right? So that is not new, right? But we get 4 cannabis trees. It's time we start to recognize that between the conversations that have places that we could work from, and the 4 cannabis trees has been a material that was used by Henry Ford to make his first car, right? Along with that, Thomas Jefferson always has clearly stood on the side of industrial hemp, cannabis. Cleopatra, right? Wore clothes that were made from industrial hemp, cannabis. I mean, come on, the Constitution of America is written on hemp paper, the originals, right? We understand all the data that has been shown to us. It is for us, we the people, I want to call all the name DSS and everybody else. Let me find some kind of agricultural approach, because you see the yellow, nice looking figure they like to buy, that greed, right? We just practice greed. It's poor people that practice greed. What happened to the fig in their neighbor yard? Fig is the most nutritional fruit, the more it age. And when they sell you a fig that ripe with eggshell and all the different chemicals, we were sold taste, KFC in front of anything else, a soft drink in front of coconut, and all this kind of things is what we were marketed, we were conditioned to believe, right? These areas so they take away nutrition from food and hand us taste. Now they're gone. They leave us with diabetes, hypertension, all the other factors that process plastics, right? Pollution, all of them starting with P, and all of them coming from the same food source. So if the people telling you shelter in place, plant your own food, we coming back again to the extended family, the industrialized family, the nuclear family that went to the industrialized family, industrialization, that gone, right? Today we had a race back to see how best we could replenish the planet with some kind of concern. That we grew up as a species, and especially in Trinidad and Tobago. See my instrument here, so? I love it. It's music, right? Hear what I'm asking. I'm asking that we just appreciate, you see, the forward thrust that is available to this little island now. Because when the industrialization was implemented, we as a species never really went forward, right, in bringing the education of the population to a technological state, you know. So we the people, we get something, but what we get? They're talking about free education. And once it's a corruption, I don't want to go down the road which part the Cuba. If you look in Cuba by Bangladesh, you pop a new school, right? If all these schools here so that they put up, oh God, they'll come up with all that bullshit. Let me get real. And let me try to employ an education hands-on system. They'll come out to the yard and clean the fucking drain, right? Or if it's a big hole in a place, let me be patriotic in Jamaica Labor Day. Labor Day, everybody just come out and it'll always be admirable or admiring the Jamaicans and the patriotism, right? A Jamaican, he could be a 3rd generation Jamaican, right? I don't want to go nationalistic, but he just still talk yardy. A Trinidadian, hear what has happened to a Trinidadian. Actually, they'll be leaving, right? And all of a sudden, when you reach in the airport, and you coming back, you know what happened? He bring in that container accent. But when he leaving Trinidad, he say, oh shit, I forget my accent on the bed. You know? Look, come on, man. You know, people who, live all their life in America, you could still talk Trinidadian. So all this and that bullshit in terms of like what we eating and how it related, because it's the same hypocrisy. You understand? You come to Trinidad, you could still talk like a Trinidadian. I tell you that. Right? But you choose to song this because that is an idea in your head that it positions you with some kind of informed. America, but you go down with the education. But our education had to be street sense. And here what the street sense is agriculture. And here what the agriculture is repurposing, upcycling and recycling. We could feed ourselves. And let us endeavor this. Outside, well, you're really looking for a little corporate sponsorship. And right at the corner of Lewis Avenue. Right? These are just basic ideas. But if you have your own, we're willing to do it for you. Right? And contribute in whatever way to the planetary concerns and the benefit of the communities. That the objective could be a much more humane. Because security has lived its day. Beauty taking over. We don't want nobody with no big wall. Because a neighbor close by is worth more than a brother far away. So when they sell you the security and have a big wall and the neighbor, and you don't know your neighbor, you see them days had to go. What they're telling us is that we need now to feed ourselves. Shelter in place and plant a little home garden. You know what we're saying? Like the science of today. Get a little pan, play some music. You know, keep a community in a trust of the technological advances. Find some little boy that can take some robotics and he can plant and cultivate this whole street. But we don't want industrialization in food production for humans. That is one of the areas that all who bite and have policies to make, industrialization can no longer be a part of food supply. Food supply has to be something that handed down. And the more people you can have planting in their homes, on the land, is where this planet is needing education and appreciation and concern. Right? And just a little what you would call common sense. Today common sense are all kind of technological terms and all kind of bullshit. Right? Look, come on, we better than that. We have prefrontal cortex. Half of the things we fighting for something based on our hippocampus, soil and memory. So we run on all the likes and the dislikes because of some situation that we have be an electromagnetic response of our brain, right? And they just store in the data bank and they live with that, all that venom for the person in the house. They vex with them from yesterday because of something they do. Oh God, let it go on. Because you have prefrontal cortex to resolve that. We are humans. We are the best thing ever created. And it's time we start to treat each other with the same reverence that the Almighty, whomever that bless us indeed, whose hand is with us, who keeps evil from us, and who enlarge our territory. That is whom our education should be to serve. We were put here to tend to the garden. All our technological advancement is to protect the garden.